Okay, and welcome to the Not So Christian Brothers after show probe. Took a lot of time to figure out what we're going to call that. I can't really say who was more in favour of using the word probe than anybody else. It wasn't me or Colm. I'll leave that to your imagination. Anyway, here is a quick 10-minute dressing down by Rebecca of me and Colm. In particular, maybe how we treated Matthew, how we treated his circumstances, and most importantly, we really get into the nitty-gritties with Colm on his views on women, makeup, and the fact that you should never change. We're thinking about Colm, Margaret Thatcher, the man who is not for changing. Or at least he's not for you changing. He can change, not you.
Same parents, different timelines, and united by chaos. Strap on, strap in, for the not-so-Christian brothers.
First, what are we calling this? The after show party?
Okay, start again because that was cringe.
Why was it cringe?
Okay, start again.
So this is the new
This is the debrief.
This is the name. Oh yeah, I like
The
that.
debrief.
For the podcast.
For the podcast.
Not so
2025.
Christian Brothers.
Not So Christian Brothers.
God, I love the new name.
And we've a producer, Rebecca.
Yes, I'm here. I'm here just to keep everyone on the straight
Yeah,
and narrow. Did
yeah.
I do a good job this week?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Just whipping you into shape. Do you know what's really funny? Well, it's funny to me that I came up with this topic. And we were talking about red flags because I feel like me and my friends and I, we talk about red flags and the ick and things that get us down in life and in work and relationships and all of the unequal things that we face all the time. And you guys spent 16.8 minutes talking about Pamela Anderson no longer wearing makeup.
Yeah.
Women you should have boned but didn't because they gave you a red flag, a woman that beat you up, and a woman who had a faux leather jacket. That was literally the topic.
But
That was it though, right? We covered all the red flags.
yeah, but that's it for men, isn't it? Like it is.
It's just so not what a woman would have discussed. Real red flags in the workplace and in like getting hired and fired and really awful times in relationships.
Well, you need to go next door. You need to go next door to the podcast next door, which is Not So Christian Nuns. And they're talking about it there. But it's true. But isn't that even it? Like what you thought we were going to go, we didn't.
No.
So like if it was two girls, it'd be so completely different.
It would be so complex and it would go on for ages.
Women are too complex for their own good.
No, I don't. I disagree. I think we just have. There's a bit of grey matter there, and you know what was interesting?
No, I think we've as much grey matter, but we use it a lot on what horse is going to win the race.
On who you're getting your leg
there
over,
isn't a
which
full
is
head
how
on
you
that pint
started.
of Guinness.
Do you know what's really funny? Justin goes to the top. I go, we should do this topic because it's coming up a lot with my friends, and it's not tired even all these years after red flag was kind of invented. And you went, God, that topic's boring, and I went, why, Justin?
Well, I only think it's boring in the context of the fact that I think people talk too much about red flags and don't do enough about it, right? So, I also suspect that to give us this topic, like we're both quite confident alpha type people, right? So we're not likely
No
to
way,
be
really?
bullied
very
in
shy
work.
and retiring in that topic.
No, but it's unlikely that we get exposed to bullying at work, and I can only imagine how horrendous that is. And I'm sure some people have worked for me and thought, "My God, I'm an asshole." But I think the
Family members.
the impact that it has on you is just far less than it has on us. So I think
It's far more. It's far more.
Far more.
You just said far less.
Yeah, no, I think that's interesting because I think like a small red flag or a nick for two guys talking about a girl, right? They'll talk about it for maybe 30 seconds and move on. I think girls will spend maybe 3 hours talking about it, set up a WhatsApp group called That Ick, bring other girls in, and you girls, girls, you dissect things really. I mean, I see it with Anne when she goes into the other room with one of her sisters, right? And they're having the chat. It's 3 hours later before they come out. You know,
Maybe they're
I
talking
actually have
about
to
you.
check on them that
Maybe they're talking about you.
I have to check. Are you okay for food? You know,
To go,
the door is
Anne,
stuck.
are you all right? Is he still making you wear makeup every morning?
Because
Is it like, like
she doesn't wear makeup.
in Mad Men when the wife used to be going to bed at night and she'd have to pretend to go to bed with her makeup on, and then she'd get up, take her makeup off, but you'd have to then set the alarm so that you can put it back on again in the morning.
Yeah.
Is that what you expect?
Colin,
No.
you should have had
I
a
don't.
Stepford wife.
No. I was only. I was about to say Stepford
You're a
wife
Stepford
because I'm just reading an article about the guy. The
You
book.
are John Hamm.
The book I'm reading at the moment, the guy, William Goldman, was the screenwriter on Stepford Wives.
That's great. That's not literally depressing.
really interesting.
The point being is you really irate about
You're
Pamela
not
Anderson.
getting the point.
No,
Sorry,
you're not getting the point.
just for the after analysis. You're not getting the point
Debrief.
about the Pamela Anderson. It's not a sexist comment.
No.
It's a what do I expect comment.
She
As
doesn't
in-
care what you. She is
As in,
not-
she's
Hold
always.
on, let me just give you this shovel because I think
No.
the hole wasn't deep enough in the podcast episode.
The point being, if she always. This is going to sound weird, but
And she signed that contract.
if she always arrived to work every day on
We've
a
already
bicycle,
done this. We've already done
and then
this.
one day arrived on an elephant, I'd go, "Wow, you've changed."
No, that doesn't make any sense.
It
We're going to
does.
leave that. We're going to park it. I just wanted to also say there was that lovely DM. There was a lovely DM from Matthew that was sitting in your box. So
Yeah.
he's obviously been on this trip already. And I'd love to know from Matthew what happened. And it was basically about kind of the status difference between him as bro. So he was saying that he has worked always 8:30 to 5:30, clocks out, goes home, has his dinner, maybe gyms, maybe doesn't, maybe watches Netflix and goes to sleep. And then that's his life. And he's married with 2 kids and he spends as much time. Whereas his brother seems to be living a free willy existence. Like he's got a great glam new partner. He seems to be earning. He's in tech. And they were going away for a weekend and he was struggling with how those conversations. And you know, I posed the letter and like you seemed intrigued when you read it out, but when it came to taking it apart, it was like, wow.
Well, I mean, in fairness, like I wouldn't want to go on holiday with Matthew, but his brother sounds like great crack.
Sounds great crack. Because I tell you what, at least he got a few bob to buy a couple of meals and a nice car. And you got to respect him.
That's what you got from that?
You've got to respect a man who has a good attic conversion.
So sorry, Matthew.
Sorry, Matthew.
I don't-
Matthew sounds like a loser.
I
Let's
don't
be honest here.
I don't think we've
my
necessarily
God.
given him the biggest help ever, but I think we've given him the idea that something's got to change.
What about the not so
And it's probably
very
him.
toxic Christian brothers? I mean, honestly, guys, you both think Matthew's the loser here. He was talking about how his brother constantly talks about 300k and conversions and cars. And
But hang on a
he
second.
sounds painful.
No.
Imagine sitting in a bar with him
Yeah.
in Lisbon.
Yeah.
Like Matthew currently, after your little bit of agony uncle help there, is probably crying into his 2 Portuguese tarts and his Aperol.
I'd say if Matthew's brother is listening, Matthew's brother will think that the advice we gave is actually very beneficial geez, maybe Matthew's not going to come away with us. Do you know what I mean? Like that's because at least now I can go away with somebody that I can talk about my 300k and my big fast car.
Do you realize how immoral, like, do you realize how awful, and like Justin at the end was like, and one piece of advice I've got is, just don't go, Matthew. I'm like, seriously, that's what you got from that letter? Like, I was hoping that you would discuss your own relationship as brothers, and you discussed at the top how you would wreck each other's heads, and there was a few beatings, which is weird that you even went there. And then you discussed, but there was no major discussion about the different times that you were successful. There is an age difference with the two of you, quite a significant age difference, though you couldn't tell today because you both sound like juveniles. But like, there's an age difference. There's lots of times that one has been more successful or gone through harder things, or one's come out, and like not one beautiful bit of essence in that discussion.
Hold on, the beatings though, like listening to him getting beaten up by a young girl onto the ground.
No,
like,
but
that was fantastic.
I got beaten up by her older sister, not by her.
Yeah, it wasn't by the younger girl.
Yeah. The
It
older
was
sister came around and beat me up. Hang on a second.
Who was
Was she
19
called
and
Pamela?
you were 17 at the time.
No, I
mean,
was 16.
Were you tall like you are now?
Yeah, I was
Were you
16.
always
have you ever
tall?
seen his photographs when he was younger? He looks
No.
like Bill Gates.
Yeah, I was.
If you can imagine Bill Gates when he was like at the ascendancy at Microsoft, when he was like 21, looked like a total nerd.
Okay.
That's him.
That's so hot for you, Colin.
And I had very big glasses. Some people used to call me the Fly.
Oh,
Yeah. I was.
everything about this.
Oh, listen, I was hot. But hang on, that wasn't to do with Matthew. That was to do with the letter.
Okay, well, Matthew.
Oh no, sorry, Matthew
was one of the
that
apostles,
was to do with the
wasn't
ick.
he?
Yeah. Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John.
Okay.
One of the script writers.
But I do think Matthew should
one of the
write back in.
screenwriters of Jesus' life. Sorry.
No, but I do think Matthew should write back in and let us know how he got on. What decision did he make?
I don't think he'll ever engage. Like, I love your optimism, Justin, and how you are such a nice person. I don't think he'll ever engage with the show again. But I hope everyone else does, and I really hope they enjoyed episode 1 of Not So Christian Brothers, which I felt was, you know, kind of, I was trying to get you on a clean line, and really you just went off piste as per usual. So,
But can we have another person who writes in and asks us another piece of?
do you really want that?
Well, they can. With there, I mean, they can follow us on.
I'd love a woman to write in. I would love a woman asking you two ages for some advice.
Yes. Okay. There you go. We set the challenge to people listening. DM us. That was, what are we calling this? The debriefing after show party, the after show party showgirls. What is this called?
And women who want to write in, they can either be with makeup, be without makeup. But the most important thing is, please like, subscribe, and follow us.
Thank you. Okay.
That was chaotic.
That was 10.
That was good.
That was 10 minutes.
Really good.
How did it sound?